Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most important topic, which is Pydantic, which you must know if you are developing an modern Python application, whether it be an AI application or developing APIs. So let's get started. So what is Pydantic? Pydantic is a Python library that allows you to create and define data structures like models or schemas. It is super useful to parse and validate the data. For example, data coming from your API or data in the form of JSON from config files, etc. It is. It also provides meaningful and easily understandable error messages while validating data. It also supports data conversion, converting a string to an integer. On top of this, Pydantic also offers helpful methods like converting data to JSON and autodocs in a fast API. Now let's understand the importance of Pydantic using hands-on examples. I have created two Python files where in the first Python file I will show you how using regular class I will show you the data validation part, and in the second Python example I will show you how using Pydantic our life becomes easier. So this is the first example that I will show you where I have created a user class, which unlike regular classes, this is a data class where I will define only data fields. So here I have defined three data fields: ID, name, and email in the form of, and I have defined data type hints for each of these fields. So it will accept ID in the form of integer, name in the form of string, and email in the form of string. Now let's create a user with ID equals to ABC, name equals to 123, and email equals to non@gmail.com. As you can see, ID over here is in the form of uh, a string, whereas we have declared ID in the form of integer, and name is in the form of integer, where we expect name in the form of string. So let's see how let's see and run this example. For now, I will comment this validate user and I'll check. Okay, so as you can see, A, B, C, and 123 are printed in user.id and user.name. So this means that it is not giving any runtime error. And so now what if we want to, as a developer, we want to validate that the data fields of user are uh, initialized in the proper data types as expected. So we will create a validate user function which will check each field whether it's an instance which we have expected. So and after that it will raise if it is not an instance, uh, if it is not the correct data type, it will raise the value error. So now let's uncomment this validate user and check what is the output. So here you can see that ABC and 123 are printed as before, but when we when we call the method validate underscore user, it is raising a value error of ID must be an integer. So this is how we manually validate the data of any model data class. Now let's see how we can do this with Pydantic without manually validating data. So this is how we can do using Pydantic. I have declared the user class and inherited it from base model. So this base model comes from Pydantic, and same as before, ID, name, and email in the form of integer, string, and string. The first user that I have created has ID as string of 123, name as Elise, and email as elise@example.com. And the second user that I have created is ID equals to ABC, name equals to 123, and email equals to not an email. Now here you can see there are some inconsistencies, like in the first user ID must be an integer, but it is a string. And the second, we can see ID equals to ABC, which should be an integer, but it's a string. The third data inconsistency is over here, where it expects string in name, whereas we have provided an integer. So now let's run this example and let's see the output. So here you can see it has thrown runtime error while creating the object. So at line number 10, while using the while creating the second user, and it says that there are two validation errors for user, which is ID and name. Input should be a valid integer and input should be a valid string. So this are easily understood, error messages, like I said. And you might wonder why there was no error produced when we created the first user. This is because it has automatically converted this string 123 into integer, which is one of the feature of Pydantic. So now let's compare what we saw in the first example and the second example. In the first example, we had to create manually a function to validate data in a model, whereas using Pydantic, it was much more simpler. Pydantic itself handled data validation process, and it produced meaningful errors and easily understood errors. Hope you understood this video and it will be helpful in your next application. For If you like this video, please hit the like button, and for more such videos, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching my video, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.